Hey everybody, welcome to another Monday Morning Mindfulness. My name is Todd Schmenk. I'm going to be walking you through an unusual mindfulness practice, a standing mindfulness practice. So what I'm going to have you do is, if you got your cell phone or you're watching this on television, just push away from the chair and go ahead and just stand up. Good. How do we do this? Well, we do this like we would do any other mindfulness component. We're just doing it standing. It sounds that simple. It is that simple. So what I'm going to have you do is, you can either close your eyes or you can just follow along with me watching the video. But what I'd like for you to do right now is to just shift your attention down into the soles of your feet. And what I'd like for you to do is to really pay attention. Because we're standing, you should definitely feel pressure on the bottoms of your feet. So just take a moment and notice that. Notice the pressure on the bottoms of your feet. Now, as we're doing this, all kinds of different thoughts may be bumping into your head, such as, this is kind of strange. I've never done a mindfulness exercise standing up. Just notice that thought. Focus on it for a moment and just let it float away. Just let it go. And bring your awareness back to your feet. So just keep your awareness there again. If you haven't closed your eyes, this time close your eyes and really feel the sensation of pressure. Where on your foot do you feel the pressure? Is your weight evenly distributed? I can feel a little bit of pressure on my heels. I can feel a little bit of pressure on the ball of my left foot. So just be curious and notice everything you can about what's going on with the bottoms of your feet. Warm, cool, itchy, sore. Just pay attention to that for a moment. Now, if your mind wanders, which it will, I'd just like for you to notice whatever the thought was that came up. And bring your awareness back. Just a little bit different focus this time. I'm going to have you shift your weight off to the right side. And I'd really like for you to pay attention to the right foot now with that little bit of extra pressure. Just noticing your feet. We're just grounding here in the moment. And now what I'd like for you to do is to shift your weight over to the left side and pay attention to the bottom of your left foot, the pressure that's now moved over. How is it different? How does it change in your body? Just notice what you can about that left foot. Now, paying attention to your left foot, shift your weight back over to your right foot and notice what happens with your left. Notice the decrease in the pressure. Notice the different sensations that change when you shift your posture. And then do it again in the other direction when you realize that you have been caught up by a different thought. Again, if you have a thought which comes to mind, that's okay. Shift your weight. Notice both feet. Notice the difference as you shift to the other side again. And you can keep moving back and forth as much as you'd like, paying attention to the shift. Left foot, paying attention to the shift as I move my weight to the right foot, and then back again, and then back again. And now what I'd like for you to do is to just notice all the subtle changes in your body. So as I move from the right side and the pressure on the right side, I can feel extra pressure in my hip. I can feel a stretch in the left side of my body. I can feel my right shoulder moving upwards. So I'm going to try to relax that a little bit. Just scan the body when you're in this posture. And then shift And notice what happens in your body when you shift from the right to the left or the left to the right. Just spend a few moments shifting and noticing what happens in your body when we make this shift. Are you holding your breath? It's funny, sometimes when we concentrate, we forget to breathe. We always want to try to keep that in place. So just keep your breath nice and slow. And then shift, paying attention to all the different changes in sensation in your body. And then shift again, paying attention. Thoughts will come up, thoughts will go. And as I've talked about in a lot of my different videos, if there's a particular thought which keeps coming up, write it down. Keep track of it. Note that thought. Because then later on, at the end of the week, if you do this multiple times, you begin to detect a pattern, and you can then name it and change your relationship to it. Again, shift your body, paying attention to what's going on in your body. Where is there soreness? How are you holding your shoulders? What does your neck feel like? How are you holding your head? Where is there soreness? Are you warm? Are you cold? Shift again. Take note. Mark the thoughts as they come up. Let them go. Return your attention back to another shift and another paying attention to the body. Mindfulness doesn't have to be just sitting or lying, or sitting on a couch or sitting on a pillow. Mindfulness can be done standing. And if we practice mindfulness while standing, we're also beginning to associate this skill, mindfulness, even when we're standing. So when you find yourself in a conversation where things aren't going as well as you'd like, an argument, a conflict, or just an unusual situation, you will begin, after practicing this long enough, to just automatically take your mind, drop down into your feet, and feel the solidness of the earth below you, the ground below you. It's a skill that, if developed, can be done and nobody would have any idea that you're doing it. I do this all the time in session. I do this all the time in interacting with folks when they say something and it catches me off guard, and I can actually feel the physiological jolt from something that was said, whether it's good news or bad news, or it's a conflictual, or it's a peace offering. I can just simply bring my awareness into my body in contact with the ground. I come into the present moment, striving for a greater sense of openness. Because openness is allowing me to move away from whatever thoughts show up automatically, and then allows me to move in a direction that matters to me, allows me to move in a direction of a personal value. This is one of the keys of mindfulness. And here is just another way that you can add mindfulness to your day. One final tidbit. You can use this when walking, just the same. Every single time you shift from left to right to left to right when you're walking is an opportunity to practice being aware of what that step feels like, what this step feels like, what that step feels like, what this step feels like, and then bringing that awareness up into your body. I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, may you be well. Hey Wellness Talk viewers, hope you like what you saw here. If you did, be sure that you subscribe right here. And of course, you can also follow up either here or here for other videos. Again, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell in order to get notifications of new material.